Rockstar did something that was actually really amazing for players in Red Dead Online when they released that mini update a few days ago. According to the patch notes, all they did was add some new security fixes to the game, which we knew to be in regards to the social club exploits, where fake and botted accounts could spam messages and game invites to players both on Rockstar's onlines as well as single player and story mode. Not only that, but there was also a very small addition of text that could hint at future content. All of this was discussed in my video earlier, but there is one more thing that Rockstar did which should make a lot of players who downloaded the update extremely happy. So before we get into it, if you enjoyed this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you want to stay up to date and in the loop with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. Alright, so the thing that Rockstar did to Red Dead Online with this latest mini update for the PC platform was to actually fix all the workarounds that modders have found and have used to join players or pull them into their session, no matter what in-game content they were playing. And this is a big deal for a few reasons. If you play on console like PlayStation or Xbox, or honestly even Stadia for that matter, the only ways for griefers and trolls to mess with your Red Dead experience was joining you off of your recent player list. This is an in-game list in the player interaction menu, and it gets cleared out when you log off of the game. If you blocked an account and your recent player list was cleared, the user should not actually be able to join you. The only workaround is for them to have someone else in your session that isn't blocked so that they can join off of them. Now, on the PC platform, it's a whole different world out there. Script kids and their $25 mod menus can join you at any time they please by injecting themselves into your session, and can then start griefing you by putting you on explode loops, freezing your movement, putting you in cages, really anything you can think of. Now, I don't need to list out all the harms that can be caused because we've talked about it before in previous videos. I'm sure a lot of you know what's going on. However, all that stuff, of course, greatly hurt player retention on PC, and especially for content creators, YouTubers, live streamers, etc. It made it really hard for those folks to play, as anyone looking to cause havoc and anyone who seek that type of attention could join them, get their IP address, crash their game, and then DDoS them offline if they wanted, so they can't put on a show anymore for their community. Thankfully though, this nonsense is now fully patched. Rockstar addressed this once towards the end of 2020, right before the Bounty Hunter expansion for Red Dead Online, but that only solved half the problem. Rockstar made back-end changes to improve game security, and that update fixed the social club block list so that blocked players actually could not join your session anymore, and eventually workarounds were found and the problems came back midway through 2021 around the time of Blood Money. But now, once again, Rockstar has put a stop to their nefarious actions, and the key change that they made that makes this update really good is the way that player interactions work. It used to be that basically 100% of player-to-player interaction was decided client-side, meaning my PC and another user's PC, for example, would be directly communicating with each other about what's happening in the game. Rockstar servers would essentially hold our data, give us arbitrary game information like weather and time of day, which, like I said, are both decided on Rockstar's end, but everything else was peer-to-peer, and everything else still sort of is. You know, I'm not trying to suggest that we have dedicated servers for Red Dead Online. That's still not a reality, and I don't think we'll ever see them for this game. You know, maybe the next Rockstar Online title like GTA 6 Online, if that is a thing, but not with RDR2, unfortunately. Anyways, now, when a player attempts to join another player in Red Dead Online, and most likely GTA Online too, since that game received a similar security patch a few weeks ago, all of that communication and network data is handled on Rockstar's end, not the client side, meaning that it should not be possible anymore for modders and cheaters to join player sessions, either off their social club, Rockstar ID, etc., unless a workaround is found to get past Rockstar's new and improved local end security, which will be a lot harder to accomplish than force injecting themselves into a player session when their computer is on a home network with no sort of encryption or security measures against actions like this. And so if you do see a modder or a cheater in your game, whether they're harassing or griefing you or not, if you can identify the user and get their social club, it is entirely worth blocking that account so that they can no longer cause problems for you. It didn't really matter in the past, as these cheaters can get right past the block you set on their account. They could join you at any time they wanted, and they could also pull you into their session if they wanted. Now, they haven't had that specific ability to pull you into their game session since the end of 2020, and now it appears that blocking players will also be the best line of defense against cheaters on Red Dead Online PC. Now, I see a lot of players in my comments saying that they're still dealing with these types of problems despite some of the most prominent and most used mod menus for Red Dead Online being taken down by Take-Two Interactive, but over the past few days since this update, I haven't seen a single one of these comments of players just wanting to play Red Dead Online, but then a cheater joins off of them and ruins their gaming experience. In the future, cheating is still of course going to happen. If you play on PC, you always run that real risk of encountering modders and cheaters. But if you do, and you can identify who actually is doing it in your lobby, you can go to their name in the player interaction menu, and even if they have their in-game name spoofed with their mod menu, clicking on their social club profile will then show you their actual account name, to which you can hit the block button, and the problem should then be solved. I did want to make this video and release it so that players who actually are on PC and are still playing are aware of this, and so they can take appropriate action when the time comes. As I said in the title of this video, I think this is a really good thing for the overall health of the PC player base and Red Dead Online as a whole. Usually PC takes the back burner compared to console. All these systems receive DLC updates, of course, but only up until the end of 2020 did we start to see real action taken against major problems on PC, like cheaters, and through 2021 we also saw some cease and desist letters sent to cheat makers for both Red Dead Online as well as GTA Online, and hopefully more action than that is yet to come. But this is another fantastic change that we wouldn't have been able to read from the patch notes that Rockstar released, but after speaking to a few players who openly admit they use cheats, this seems to also be a part of that patch. Not just the social club exploits to spam messages and game invites to players like we talked about before. It's just something we need right now. This is some good news in regards to this game. I guess if you're on console, this doesn't really affect you and you may not care, but overall, of course, I think all of us just want to see some new content and some information from Rockstar about what's to come, if anything, while we wait, but I am very pleased to see more action was taken in regards to these issues. With all that said though, I think that's all we have time for today, and so we are going to be wrapping things up right here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. Let me know in the comments as well if there's any sort of Red Dead Online or even GTA Online videos that you guys want to see me post here on the channel. I can definitely make those for you. I'd love to kind of take in some feedback and see what type of stuff you're interested in watching in the meantime until we do get a new update here in game. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks. We'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. That being said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all have a fantastic day and a fantastic rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video later. Adios, amigos.